of the Always Believe House. Oh, today we're going to continue simplifying rational expressions. And you're going to learn how to divide polynomials. Oh, that's more power. So a magical whiteboard appears, and let's start rocking and rolling. Okay, remember, you could punch the numbers into the calculator, but you can't punch the letters, okay? So for instance, let's do number 3. You could punch 42 divided by 14 into the calculator. So if I were to do that, 42 divided by 14, hit enter, I get 3, don't I? 42 divided by 14 is 3. That's going to turn into my number. So go back here, put 3, put a fraction bar down there. Where are most of the A's? Most of the A's are on bottom, and 2 minus 1 is 1, so the answer is going to be 3 over A, isn't it? Oh, continuing on. Let's go down to number, do one that's kind of difficult here. Let's go to number 10. Okay, 12 divided by 40. If I were to punch that in on the calculator, you could divide both of them by 4. You would get 3 over 10. Okay, now then, where are most of my M's? Most of my M's are on the bottom, and I'm going to do 4 minus 3 and get 1. I don't put the 1. That's the answer. Oh, so let's continue on. Y'all should be able to do those first 10 real simple. Wherever the largest exponent is, that's where the letter goes. Now then, let's start dividing polynomials. Okay, I wish the worksheet would have written it out like this, because this is basically what you're doing. Okay, you're going to divide 3 times, just like factoring the GCF out, okay? So 16 divided by 8 is 7. The letter is P. 9 minus 2 is 7. Start all over again. Remember, sign, number, letter, exponent, and you are subtracting the exponents. 8 divided by 8 is 1. You don't put the 1. P to the 8 over P to the squared is going to be 8 minus 2 is 6. And then 32 divided by 8 would be 4 plus 4, and then P, 7 minus 2 is 5. So this right here would be the answer, okay? All you're doing is taking that monomial and dividing it into the trinomial. Let's go down and let's do number 15. So we're going to divide by 10m to the 3rd power. Okay, now then, this is going to give us fractional answers here, okay? But this is fine. What's 3 divided by 10? It's 3 over 10, isn't it? M to the 3rd divided by m to the 3rd cancels out, so I just have 3 over 10, plus 5 over 10 is 1/2, and then m squared over m cubed. I got more m's on the bottom, don't I? So I'm going to put m on the bottom, plus 5 over 10 is 1/2 again. M over m cubed is going to be m squared, isn't it? So I'll have this one. That's kind of tricky there, okay? So sometimes when you divide out, you could get fractional answers, and if you're dividing by a larger exponent, that letter will go in the denominator to write it with a positive exponent. Now then, once you get to here, this is where we start dividing a trinomial times a binomial, okay? So squiggle this out and write down r to minus 3 on the bottom. This is what it will look like on star. So what we're going to do is factor the top part. Notice that it starts with an 8 and a 9, doesn't it? Okay? Nothing divides out of this. We can't take a GCF out. So we're going to take the 8 and the 9 and multiply and get 72. Now then, I need to subtract the factors of 72 and get 21. Remember, you could go to the calculator, go to graph. So I'm going to hit home and graph, B. And then I'm going to do 72 divided by x, then hit enter, and now I can't see the graph because the little y-intercept 72, but I can hit Control T, and that gives me the factors of 72. Okay, now then let's look. We want to subtract and get 21, so look over here. 3 and 24 work, don't they? Okay, so if I use the 3 and the 24, I subtract and get my 21, don't I? So I'm going to go back to here, write down 3 and 24, and I'm going to kind of write this out a little bit. 3 and 24. Now then, remember, the opposite of multiply is divide. We need to divide both sides by 8r squared. I'm sorry, just 8r. Don't do the square. Okay, so the 3r and the 8 won't simplify, but the 24 and the 8 will. I can divide these by 8, and I get 3 over r. This right here turns into my parentheses. So I get, and let's see, what do we do? I'm sorry about this, but we need a negative 24 and a plus 3, don't we? Sorry about that. So I'm going to have 8r plus 3, and then I'm going to have r minus 3. Notice that the r minus 3 is on the top and the bottom. This is going to happen every single time. So the r minus 3 cancels out, and you'll have 8r plus 3. Piece of cake. This is not easy. I told you factoring is going to be tough. It's a little bit simpler doing this way than the way I was taught and your teachers were taught. It's a lot simpler. Let's go to the next one. This is a little bit easier because there's nothing in front of the b. So draw a fraction bar and put b minus 5. Now then, I need the factors of 5 that subtract and give me 4. That's going to be 1 and 5. So above this, I'm going to use a different ink. I'm going to have b minus 5 and then b plus 1. Notice that my b minus 5's cancel out. All that's left is b plus 1. Okay, let's keep going down. Let's do number 19. 19, if there's a number in front of the x squared, it's hard, okay? I know it's hard. Let's divide both sides by x plus 4. So this squiggles out. 7 times 40 is 280. Wow, that's big. So you're going to have to do 280 divided by x. I'm going to see if I can do it with my brain here. I want to subtract and get 18. So multiply, get 240, subtract and get 18. 28 times 10. 28 times 10 is going to be it. So 10 times 28 works, doesn't it? Write down the 10 and the 28 apart from each other. Now then, what do I need to do to 10 and 28 to get the 18? I need a plus and a minus, don't I? And we're going to divide both sides by 7x. The opposite of multiply is divide. This right term right here is going to simplify to 4 over x, right? This turns into my parentheses. So on top, I'm going to write down 7x minus 10, and then I have x plus 4. Notice the x plus 4 is going to cancel out, isn't it? And all that's left is 7x minus 10. Oh, do another one. I'll do 2 more for you, and then that's it. Okay. This is a lot simpler when there's no number in front of the x squared term, okay? So we have n plus 3 on the bottom. We need the factors of 27 that subtract and give me 6. That's going to be 3 and 9 in it. So I'm going to draw my parentheses. M, this sign gets the bigger number, and negative 9 plus 3 is minus 6 in it. Notice the plus 3's are going to eliminate, right? Whatever you're dividing by is going to be one of your factors. So the answer is going to be m minus 9. I'll do one more for you. Let's go down to 25 because it has a number in front. Those are a little bit harder. Okay, we could divide by x minus 8. Squiggle these out. I got to do 24 times 24, don't I? So 4 times 24 is 96, and I need to add and get 35. That's going to be 3 times 32. Now then, I need a negative 35, so they both need to be negative, and I'm going to divide by 4x. These two divide by 4, it's going to be negative 8 over x in it. So these turn into my parentheses, right? So I'll have 4x minus 3, and then I'll have x minus 8. And notice the x minus 8's cancel. All that's left is 4x minus 3. So you are learning how to divide, and how do you divide? You just factor that trinomial. It will factor out. This will, in Algebra 1, you will not get a remainder. So it will divide evenly into there, okay? So this is another good practice on factoring. Factor that trinomial. One of the factors will be what you're dividing by, okay? And it will divide out, okay? Have a wonderful day. Remember, you are amazing. You were created to do wonderful things, and you are awesome.